Hi everybody, it's Laura from Green Tree. Let me try to get so there's not a bunch of light shining on me here. And today we are talking about vegan grill options. Now, a lot of you probably know about the basics like portobello mushrooms, marinated zucchini and sweet potato. You know, there's tons of vegetables that work really well on the grill, whether you use them just sliced up as is or preferably marinated and seasoned the same way you would do with any kind of a meat product. But what I'm going to be going over is some of the non-meat meats, for lack of a better word, that can be used during these kind of summer months when you're going out, you're grilling, lots of people are having their cookouts, and you want to have something that's going to be not just a healthier option, but also something that's going to taste good. So we're going to go over some vegan and vegetarian grillables today. I've got a stack of them here, and we're going to kind of talk through them. So I actually had these last night for dinner. We just got them in and I thought I better buy these so I can tell everybody what they taste like tomorrow. And these are NoBull True Veggie Burgers is what they're called. And they really are very much a classic veggie burger rather than what I would consider a faux meat. They have, well, as we can see on the front here, they have lentils, carrots, spinach, and caramelized onions. And you do actually see when you heat these pieces of vegetables in them. The flavor is really nice. They're a good size. Actually, I can open this package without wrecking the box. So they're a pretty good sized patty. They'll fit on a standard burger bun without leaving you a bunch of extra bread around the outside. They taste good. They're easy to cook just in the pan. And they have, I would describe it as kind of a soft texture because they're really like a traditional bean type burger. So when I made these, my husband was like, oh, there's actual pieces of vegetables in these that I'm finding as I bite into it. But the flavor's really good. And like I said, they cook up well. They actually hold together well for a bean-based burger. And they do have that slightly softer texture, which some people really like, some people don't. It can be divisive, but for my money, I thought these were tasty, good texture, and like I said, held together when they were cooked in a pan, which is really important. If you were gonna cook them straight on a grill, I would suggest either using like a grill pan or a foil, something that wasn't gonna let it fall through when it was flipped, because I do think on a straight up grill, it might be a little too soft and would try to go through the bars. All right, so we also have some other, what I would describe as true veggie burgers and grain burgers. This one's pretty new and I have not had a chance to try it yet. This is the beetroot and bean burger. So this is like a blend of grains and veggies. And so you're gonna get a nice round burger here. I think we can, well, this one I can't open to show you the size, but I think these are also kind of a bun-sized burger. They're not huge, but they're not gonna be a little tiny one either. These guys are vegan but not gluten-free because they have bulgur in them. So that is a consideration, or if it's a consideration for you, that's something to keep in mind. Again, we're talking, I'm assuming, because I haven't tried this flavor yet, a slightly softer texture similar to a bean or veggie burger rather than faux meat. These guys I have had and I like them. If you have ever had a falafel burger, they're not trying to taste like a meat burger. They do have that falafel flavor. I don't know how to describe it. It's savory, a little bit herby. It's a nice texture and they're not chewy exactly, but I would say they're firmer and probably would hold together better on the grill than a bean-based burger. The flavor is great with your typical burger toppings, or you can get a little more creative, go a little Mediterranean with it, you know, top them with some tzatziki instead of relish, or spread some hummus on there instead of ketchup and mustard, and you could get creative with the flavor combinations with these, which is also true of the next one I'm going to show you, which is the Hillary's burger. This is the spicy Thai. We also have the original. And these are, I would describe these as like a grain and veggie burger also. The texture of these is really nice, but I prefer making them in a pan to making them on a grill. I actually think these are kind of nice because you can cook them as an entree sort of on their own. Like I'll heat these up and they're good just with a fork, but then they also hold up well to being paired with other toppings and put on a burger. These are a good size as well. Like I said, one patty, you could actually go ahead and eat that as an entree without putting it on a burger bun if you wanted to. They have a texture that I would describe as firm, but kind of not quite crumbly, but similar to a falafel burger, honestly. And they get a nice crispy texture on the outside if you cook them in a pan, which is why I like a pan better than a grill. And you get that kind of satisfying slight crunch when you bite into them. Now, that's the burger family, or rather the veggie burger family. Oh, Derek, it's like you're psychic. This is the next one I was going to talk about, the Beyond Burger. So yes, we do sell the Beyond Burger and the sausage. We are temporarily out of the sausage, and we won't have any until probably Saturday, assuming they're back in stock. There's a really high demand for them right now, so occasionally they are out of stock when we order them. But we have the burgers in right now and should hopefully have the sausage back on Saturday. So sorry, my samples just came out. The burgers, as you can see, now these are what I would call a real faux meat. They are intending to look and feel like burger. The texture on these is chewier than the plant-based burgers, the veggie burgers that I was showing you. These are a slightly smaller patty than the Impossible Burger, but they don't shrink very much when you cook them, so it actually works out okay. I felt like the Impossible Burger cooked a little more like meat in that there's a little bit of shrinkage, but those of course are not available for retail right now, Impossible Burgers. You can only get them at restaurants. We will have them back once there's retail packaging, but in the meantime, we do have the Beyond Burgers and sausages. I really like the sausages, honestly, even better than the burgers. But the burgers, like I said, cook well. You can totally make them on a grill. The only thing that I would say is really different from cooking a meat burger versus cooking a Beyond Burger is they can dry out a little faster if you overcook them. The sausages seem to have more fat in them. There's more leeway on the cooking time, but I would suggest really staying close to the suggested time and cooking instructions on the package for the Beyond Burger. They still taste good if you overcook them, but they get a little, they get dry and chewy if you overcook them. So try not to do that, and you'll get a texture that's very similar to eating a hamburger. Except no worry about gristle or little bits of anything hard in there. So that's a bonus. But yeah, we totally have the Beyond Burgers. And like I said, I feel like these fall into more of that faux meat category. Now I've got two other things that I'm going to show you, and these you can actually try today if you come down and see me. I have got the field roast frankfurters. Now these are a gluten-based product, so sometimes people will refer to it as Buddhist meat or seitan, but it's a protein made out of gluten, and so you can see it's got a pretty firm texture. And these things, when you cook them, taste like a hot dog. I was actually really surprised how much these taste like a hot dog and kind of feel like one too. So if you want something that you can throw on the grill that most people aren't even going to notice that you're eating something different from what they are, or if you're just putting your toe into vegetarian grillables and you want something that's as much like meat as possible, these frankfurters are actually pretty good. The texture's a little different, but not by a lot. And the Beyond ones are obviously very realistic. So these are going to be good choices for people who aren't used to non-meat meats. Like I said, I've got some of these that you can come down and try. I'll be doing that for the next hour and a half or so. Now the other one that we're going to get to try today is the curry nugget. So Cotto is really kind of interesting. I've talked about their stuff in videos before. It's essentially made from this, I can't remember the name of it, but it's this really interesting product that rises to the top when tofu is being made. So these are a soy-based product, but you know, the nice thing about that is that they are in organic. They're from organic tofu production, so you don't have to worry about them being GMO. I was trying to think of the word I was looking for there. But these are really interesting. You can see on here, they're kind of in discrete pieces. So these are a really good option if you are somebody who likes to make kebabs or anything on skewers and you want to add some protein along with the veggies to your vegan and vegetarian options. These little curry nuggets would be a good choice. They don't really remind me of chicken, and I don't think they're trying to. They're kind of a sweet, spicy, little bit of a curry flavor to them. They are hot, but they're not overwhelmingly hot. If you can handle Tabasco or sort of a a standard, like a Cholula level hot sauce, you can handle these curry nuggets. If that's too hot for you, then I would maybe stick with the chunked veggies instead. But these would be a really great option for something like a kebab or a skewer. Yeah, and they have a nice pleasant texture. If you enjoy like fried tofu or marinated tofu, you would enjoy the texture of these as well. So I'm gonna have those to try later. And then of course, the old standby is marinated tofu. So you can see this is a pre-marinated tofu. This is just, it's from the same place. It's from Cotto, so this is an organic tofu. And this is the braised, so it's just kind of a classic savory flavor. You could mix and match it with a lot of different dishes, and this would actually be a pretty good option. It's also got a little bit of that sweet savory combo, but again, it would work well for grilling. And you could, because it's so firm, you could grill this piece directly on your grill, or you could cut it up and put it on skewers with veggies. So that would give you a couple of different options. So there you go. If you don't want to go the classic portobello mushroom or marinated veggie route, we've got quite a few different grilling options for you with varying degrees of meat to not meat texture. So if you have any questions about them, or if you want to try those field roast frankfurters or the Cotto curry nuggets that I just showed you guys, come on down. I'll be doing that, like I said, for about an hour and a half. And if you have questions about any of the Grillables, let us know. If I haven't tried them yet and you really want to know about it, tell me and I will try them and let you know how they are. So hopefully that helps and is something you guys can use in your summer cooking adventures. And hopefully I'll see you later today. In the meantime, have a great Tuesday. Bye everybody.